So you cannot put any confidential information like passwords or your API keys in these option sets. So option sets are static choices. Like you have a drop down, when you click on it, you get some choices, right? They're exactly like that, but they are not retrieved from the database. Rather, they're packed as a whole group when the app is deployed. So let's see about option sets and what are the advantages of using these. So here we have the bubble editor. If you go to the data tab here, you can see we have data types, privacy, app data, and then we have option sets tab here. So you click on the option sets and you can create new option set from here. So for today's example, let's see states and cities example. So I will create a new option set called states. And now you can see that we have some attributes, and then we can define options here by clicking on new option and then creating it. So let's create some hypothetical states. So first will be state 1, then we have state 2. So we have 3 states here. And now let's create another option set called cities. So we click on here new option set and we type here cities and we click on create. Now here also you can see we have options and then we have some attributes for this option set. So for the dummy cities, we'll create city 1, city 2. So now we have 6 cities listed here. Now one of the common thing between a data type and an option set is that you can link two option set as we do in the data type. So how you can link it is that you can create a new attribute for cities named states. So we'll create a new attribute called state. In the attribute type, we will select states and we'll click on create. And so now what happened is that for each of the city, we have an attribute called state. So if you click on the modify attributes button here, you can see we have a display. This is nothing but the name of that city and we have a state. Now you can select the different states that we have already created an option set for from here. For the city 1, let's put it in state 1. And similarly, let's do it for other cities. Like for city 2, we can place it in state 2. And for city 3, we can keep it in state 3. Now, what I wanted to show is that how you can do filtering on different cities. So for this purpose, let's put city 4 also under state 3. So if you go here and select state 3, now what happened is that city 1, 2 and 3 are linked to state 1, 2, 3, but city 4 is also under state 3. Let's put city 5 also under state 3 and city 6 under state 1. And now when you go to a design tab, how you can use this is you can either take a drop down or a text or any other visual element. So for this purpose, let's take a drop down here. And how you can use those option sets are you can select a choices style here. We'll go here and select on dynamic choices. And then under the type of choices, we have some options. So you can see under the option sets, we have cities and states, which we just defined. So for this, we'll select cities. And here then we can select a choices source. So here we'll click on all cities. But now the major thing is that you can filter all of those cities with the attribute state that we modified later under attributes, right? So let's keep it as all cities right now. But for each of the cities, we have a caption. So we'll select on current options display. Now let's preview this. Now you can see all the cities in the drop down here. Now what we can change is that along with the caption, we can also show each of the cities state. So here we'll do current options states display. And now if you go to the preview, you're able to see all of the states linked to each of the cities, right? So you can see city 1 is linked to state 1, city 2, state 2, city 3, state 3. Now one of the things that we can do is filter the cities based on the states, which will be very useful here, right? When you go to the choices sources, we clicked on all cities, but you can go ahead and under the more you have a filter option here, which you can select and then You can add a new constraint here, and when you click on here, you can see an option, this cities states display is. Now you can manually type the name of state that you want to filter here. So so let's type here state 1, and you can close this, and let's now refresh the page to see what it looks. So now you'll able to see all of the cities that's with state 1, right? So currently we have only 2 cities, city 1 and city 6. Now this is very useful when you are creating a tag for some products. We have a page in our app called tags view, where you can see different tags for each of the products like health, fitness, electronics, tech. And here it's very useful to filter out the tags that you want when it's related to a specific type of product. So I wanted to keep this video very short and wanted to tell about what option sets are. And since these option sets are not sitting in the database, but rather it's bundled into the package. So whenever you want to change the option sets, you cannot take the inputs from the user, right? Because user only can change the database, but they cannot change the source code. And these option sets are sitting within the source code of the application. So you cannot put any confidential information like passwords or your API keys in these option sets, but rather static information which doesn't change in the application by the user, or in the long term they're changed rarely. So whenever you want to change the option sets, you need to go to your application yourself, come here on the option sets, change the attributes or any other option sets you want to add, and then you have to redeploy your app to reflect those changes in your application. So this was all about option sets, and let me know what you want to learn next about no code development or Bubble, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.